Why must you have good knowledge of your approach angle? But you may be asking yourself, what is an approach angle that I must be concerned about it? Let's find out. The term approach angle is usually most used by those with off-road vehicles and refers to the steepest angle of an incline that a vehicle can ascend or descend without any part of the vehicle's front end making contact with the ground, which is usually the bumper. Essentially, it determines how well a vehicle can handle steep terrain without bottoming out at the front. However, all vehicles obviously have an approach angle, which is always considered during their design. As an example, if you cruise along and come to a steep incline, such as 50 degrees, an average car may have a difficulty clearing the front section. This is due to the lower front of the car making contact with the incline before the tires reach the incline to push the front of the car upward. Now consider an incline of 30 degrees. An average car usually has no difficulty clearing the front section. This is due to the lower front of the car clearing the incline as the tires reach the incline first to push the front of the car upward. So, each individual car's approach angle usually depends on only two factors: the car's ride height, which is usually the most forward and lowest part of the car, and also the length of the front of the car beyond the front wheel center line. Approach angles are obviously relevant to not just inclines, but also speed bumps and curbs. Honestly, how many times have you pulled into a parking bay forward and heard that disheartening crunch? But some vehicle manufacturers and custom cars have overcome the ride height issue by way of adjustable hydraulic suspension. This is especially useful for supercars and sports cars that sit extremely low to the ground. So now you know a little about approach angles. But don't forget the same applies for the rear of a car, and also understand that it applies to the leaving angle regardless of forward or reverse travel. The leaving angle relates to the ground and not the incline, either in forward or reverse. Just because one end of a car clears the angle does not mean the opposite end will. And to further state, it also actually applies to both sides of a car when parallel to steep inclines, mainly when four-wheel driving. In such circumstances, the car's tire outer edge must be at least equal to the car body width, but preferably a little wider. Okay, we're done. Approach angles are important, but it's only one part of vehicle clearance when considering all the angles and dimensions of the vehicle body in relation to the wheels and tires. Let us know your experience with such, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe to learn more about general motoring tips.